Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre, and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. I am here in Sarasota, Florida. I've got Todd Falcone, my good friend, in Seattle, Washington, the magic of technology. We're talking via Skype, and I wanted him to share some of his ideas. Todd has been a trainer in the profession, very successful in the field and as a trainer, and he's taught and he's practiced this discipline of cold calling, which sounds scary, you know, this cold thing, but cold calling, and he's made a fortune with it, and he's taught other people how to make a lot of money with cold calling. But Todd, first of all, thank you for being on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. And when would a person want to explore this idea of cold calling? When would this come up in their career path?
Well, I'll give you two answers. Number one, whenever they want to drum up new business, would be the first answer. But secondly, and probably more realistically, once somebody has gone through center of influence to some extent, regardless of how long network marketing has been around, the best place to start really is with people that you know, your center of influence, people that you already have some relationship with. So typically when somebody's going to go venture into the cold market is when they've either exhausted or, you know, almost exhausted their center of influence, and they have to look for other avenues to find people.
All right, so if they want to accelerate what they've got going on right now, or two, if they've exhausted their warm market, one way or the other. Either they've gone through them or they've exhausted them. They've worn them out.
Yeah.
Where do you find, when you talk about cold calling a stranger, how do you find people to, you know, who are those people? How do you identify who you're going to call?
Well, I think the subject of cold market prospecting is not just, there's not just one way to do it. It could be purchasing leads, opportunity seeker leads. It could be, you know, a strategy that I teach pretty extensively, which is recruiting professionals, going specifically after people up the socioeconomic chain. It could very well be teaching people how to approach and engage individuals in conversations that they meet in, you know, their daily life that they're living. So, and it could go as far as to understanding advertising and copywriting and lead generation that they do on their own, but that's probably a more advanced topic.
Yeah, so talk about this idea of targeting professionals. So you'd pick a particular profession and you'd talk to people inside that profession?
Yeah, what I teach people to do is to go after people that are more likely to be successful in network marketing because of what they already do. So they're essentially individuals that are already doing the things that we do in network marketing. They're selling, they're leading, they're communicating, they're prospecting, they're managing, they're overseeing, but they're doing those activities in a different occupation other than network marketing, which would encompass, you know, realtors would be one of those categories, insurance agents, financial planners, and such.
So, yeah, and you could pick the naturals that would be in healthcare, you know, the people who work in health clubs and the personal trainers and the chiropractors and all that stuff, if you're in that category, or if, you know, the professional sales for the technology companies or whatever. But you're looking for kind of an entrepreneurial mindset person. And you could find those online in your local market, or you can network to those, right?
Yeah, you can find them obviously online. You know, the resource there is endless. If you want to build it in your backyard, they're very easy to find locally as well, through different periodicals, magazines, newspapers locally. You know, they're right in front of you. So I mean, they're in your backyard, and yeah. So
one, maybe you've decided, person has decided, you know what, I'm going to engage in this cold calling approach. Two is I'm going to target a specific demographic or a specific psychographic, a type of person. And three, I know you have lots of scripts and you go through specifically word by word and step by step how to talk to different kinds of people. But what tip could you provide people that want to get started with this? I know most of the learning is going to be in the doing. If they pick up the phone, and first of all, you don't have to worry if you screw up, because it's not like it's going to be talked about around the dinner table. If you mess up, and you learn from it and you move on. But when somebody's going to pick up the phone and start making some calls, what tips would you provide to those people as they're getting started?
Well, I mean, you just brought one up, and that is following a script. And, you know, one of the challenges for people in network marketing when they first get started and as they continue is, okay, I see this, it makes sense. Who do I talk to and what do I say? So that's why when you get started, okay, write down your warm market list and here's your first warm market script. So following a script and following someone who has a proven method of approaching individuals is really, really important. So if somebody's going to get into whatever method of cold marketing that they're doing, is to find somebody who has a really good approach or a peak interest question, a way of doing things, and following that. I would never suggest, hey, go call realtors and not have any kind of framework with which to work with. That's a recipe for disaster. So having somebody, giving somebody a script, the exact words to use, and then maybe working with them and having them practice that script a few times so it becomes conversational is going to make the actual phone call way, way easier. So doing it on your own without a script is a nightmare. So having something in front of you that you can follow is a critical tip to ensuring your success in the cold market.
Do you have any free scripts that people could download or anything to get started?
Yeah, I do. I actually have, if it's on a website, it's called my go-to script. It's the most widely used script in my training arsenal. They can go grab it. It's pretty sure you're catching me off guard.
We can throw a link underneath this, so I'll grab it. What's it called again?
It's called my go-to script, and the domain actually it's littleblackbookofscripts.com.
Okay.
And if they put their name and email address, they'll get the script instantly. And then on top of that, there's a video training behind it. So I spend 20 minutes with you on the script, going through it with you, reading it, showing you where to pause, how to read the script, and how to use it.
Oh, great. Well, I mean, I think all of this is helpful. One, when you're going to think about doing it. Two, as far as cold calling. Two, how to target some people. And three, approaching it with a script type of an approach. And thank you for providing that to the audience, and we'll get that link out so everybody can get it. You're going to be speaking, one of the speakers at this epic event that's going to be happening May 17th through the 20th in Las Vegas. First of all, can you just tell people how extraordinary this lineup is of speakers that is going to be there?
Well, I mean, if you look at the list and if you visit the website, it's pretty obvious how extraordinary it is. But for me, as a speaker, I'm also going to be an attendee. I mean, I've seen the list. I know who's on the roster that you've been able to put together. It's truly insane roster. And obviously, because of your many, many years in network marketing, you're able to grab some of the best of the best. If there's somebody who's watching the video right now and they have a desire to get good in the cold market, which this event is totally focused on it, you'd be nuts to miss it, because the lineup with the different areas of focus that you've been able to put together is truly insane. Everything from online marketing to everything you could possibly do offline is just awesome. So when I'm not speaking, I'll be taking notes in the audience myself. I'm fired up.
Tell people real briefly what you're going to be teaching during your session.
Most of my session is going to be focused on helping people gain self-confidence related to talking to people in the cold market, so that when you're making the phone calls, all the shivers and the shakes and the nervousness goes away, so that your prospect doesn't pick up on that, so that when you're picking up the phone, engaging individuals in conversation, you're coming across as a very confident person who really is in control of what they're doing, rather than doing what a lot of people do, unfortunately, which is literally shaking in their boots and, almost to the point of so much nervousness that they're stuttering and can't even carry on a conversation. There's some very specific techniques I'll be teaching that will enable you to quickly develop a level of self-confidence when you pick up the phone, so that you're more effective when you're doing so.
Awesome. And let me ask you, you're a pro at this. If you wanted to, and you started, and there was a 24-hour period of time, and you just said, you know what, and no preparation other than ready, go, and you started making cold calls, how many people do you think you could recruit and where they made the decision and said yes in a 24-hour period of time, any 24-hour period of time?
If I had all those hours to do it and I was laser focused, and I could probably recruit 8 to 10 people in a 24-hour period. I mean, if you think about it, that's being totally focused and investing all of that time engaging. Yeah, for sure.
All right, 8 to 10 people. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if that skill set would be good for you, any day you chose, instead of waiting for those people who are thinking about getting ready to get started, you can just get on the phone and go bring in 8 or 10 and then tell the story of the 8 or 10 that just joined to the people who are thinking about it. So that's the kind of control that we want to give you, the person in the audience, or the person in the profession, the person that's watching this. We want to give you that confidence, that skill, that ability, that control over your life, so you're not dependent on anyone anymore, ever. So anyway, Todd, I appreciate you very much. I can't wait to see you in May. And ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, just like Todd, because it is a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world. Everybody have a great day. Hope you got value. It was a little sketchy with the Skype, but we'll see you next time. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.